Are you ready to release your burdens? Are you ready to cut your negative cords, transmute it, and become more than you could ever possibly imagine? Find out in Season 2 of Intuitive Messages. Hello everyone, and welcome to Season 2 of Intuitive Messages. And so in this episode I'm just going to be talking about the idea of freeing yourself from burden, allowing yourself to cut your negative cords, and become more than you can possibly imagine. So again, throughout the entire movement of spirituality, throughout the entire movement of getting into surpassing the idea of awakening, stepping outside the box, and coming into a whole new realization of what you can be, the hardest thing really to do is find out what can you overcome that no longer bugs you anymore. What is the burdens that you can truly remove from your life altogether and become more prosperous in your life so that you can actually start living the life you've always wanted to. The whole idea is to outsurpass the system, overcoming the system altogether. Because you're never going to have a joyful life, the purity of joy itself, by functioning within a system based on boundaries, based on limitations, based on rules. The whole idea is not to try to destroy the system from within, because that system itself is self-destructive. The whole idea here is that you are looking to overcome the boundaries, is that you're stepping beyond what you consider to be burden. You're stepping beyond what you consider to be condition. It's how Einstein put it. You cannot solve a problem based on the level it took for it to be created. You have to move beyond it. So whenever you know that you are cutting your cords, that you are removing your burden, that you are no longer troubled by something, is just having that mentality, that emotional state of saying, I no longer want this burden. This burden is just been dragging me down for so long. I'm going to cut the cord. I'm removing it. I no longer want any more part of it. I forgive it. I release it. I let it go. And a lot of people do this. But the issue is that after they do it, they feel that it's still hanging around. Because truly they haven't created that emotional purge in order for that cord to be removed. If it's the loss of a loved one, if it's a separation, a divorce, is it the job situation, is it financial problems, etc., etc., etc. If that's still coming back to haunt you, you have not created that fundamental principle to overcome it. So the whole idea is that by cutting your cords, and this is a very metaphysical term, by cutting your cords and leaving them cut and forgiving them, releasing them, see them flowing down an ethereal river, that's how you know that these particular cords have been cut. That's the only way you're ever going to figure out, well, now that I've cut this cord, it no longer bothers me. When these situations that may create modifications of themselves start coming into my life again, how do I feel with it? It doesn't bother me at all. I've moved them down the river, I've forgiven them, I've released them, I've let them go. They're no longer a problem. So again, you can attain this in a meditative state, is just imagining that you're seeing all these particular cords that represent burdens, that represent hardships, that represent tough times, so to speak. And just imagine yourself cutting the cord and seeing it just being pulled away, flowing it down an ethereal river and letting it go. And just feel the maintaining of that feeling. Feel the maintaining of that energetic bond that has been cut and released, forgiven, let go. Give this a try. Because again, the only person that's ever going to really be free of these burdens is yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. So again, this is just something to take in mind, look into. However you feel, you want to have that energetic disconnection from those cords. You want to see it, and whenever a version of that modification situation comes back, if it no longer affects you, then you're free. You're ready to go. So give this a try. Emotionally purge the boundaries to really experience what you consider to be joy. Joy in its purest form will always overcome any particular form of limited perimeter systems contained within the societal complex. So I hope this has been very helpful for you. Thank you very much for tuning in to Season 2 of Intuitive Messages. More will be coming your way soon. Thank you again. Take care of yourselves. Namaste.